Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout to share for Simple Stories, and I am using the Simple Vintage Woodlands collection to make this layout. So I've got some photos of my daughter going hiking with her Duke of Edinburgh Award group. It was her first time hiking and yes, she enjoyed it, but I think she realised that she missed her creature comforts, put it that way. But she signed up to do silver, so it must have been okay. So we have, I'm starting off with this really lovely paper here with all those lovely flower clusters all over it. And I've used a compass to draw a circle. I've actually drawn 2 circles. Well, I think I've actually drawn 3. But the middle one I need to rub out because I just wanted 2. So I wanted a main circle, and then I wanted another one to go around the outside and to be an open circle. So I have, there we go, I've cut those 2 pieces out there. So my plan is to have the flowers one way around and the orange, lovely orange outline to be around the outside, but then for them to overlap in some way. Oh, there we go, I have to rub out that first line that I drew. So because I did it too small, I didn't really measure my circle, to be honest. I just opened my compass and hoped for the best. And then I was like, oh no, this is a bit small. So I have rubbed that out, and you know, that's why I use a pencil, right? I'm just distressing the edges of all of my circles. So the outer edge of the large circle, the smaller circle, and then the outer and inner circles, edges of the open circle. And the reason I decided to go for circles was because I was inspired by that piece of ephemera that you can see there. So it's got boots, binoculars and a compass, and it has a circular journaling spot. So I decided to be inspired by that. However, then I ended up covering up the whole of that circle pretty much with my photo. So, you know, it's just a starting point, right? So now I'm just going through looking for other bits and pieces to use. So I am loving the big ephemera packs from Simple Stories. They're quite new, and I think they only appear in the Simple Vintage collections. They are larger pieces. I mean, I call all the bits and pieces ephemera anyway, but these are specifically ephemera, so they have more clusters on them, and they have some larger pieces in there. Of course, I'm reaching for the tags paper because they are one of my favourite things to use, and I've just cut out a couple of tags to layer behind my photos. I'm just trying to gauge the colours and get those right. The dark green I thought would work, but doesn't really, because it just seemed too dark. So I played around with that for a bit. In the end, I do end up using it, but I brought in some more of that dark green to help with that. But you can see that there, I've taken it off because I didn't like it. Yeah, just trying to figure out what's going to work. Of course, the circle with the pattern on it is quite heavily patterned, so therefore anything that I put over the top of that kind of gets a bit lost. So I just need to be careful that I don't overload things and that things stand out well enough. So here we go. I've just skipped forwards a little bit there. You can see that I've got everything stuck down. My photo is trimmed. My 2 tags are in place. My large piece of ephemera is behind my photo. I've also stuck my background onto a crosshatch design, but I've left an unequal border just for a bit of fun, really, just to make it look a bit different. It also allows me to add a small cluster right at the bottom edge there as well. So that's what I thought I would do there. I've got a flower spray to the right of the photo with mushrooms and foliage and a fox. I'm going to cover up the fox because foxes don't go with my photos particularly, I've used I've used the title to cover up the fox. So I've used Into the Woods, which is a piece of ephemera. It's not a sticker or from the foam stickers. It's a cardboard piece. I've got my 2 tags at the top there. So I did go for the dark green, but like you can see, I've just brought in that darker green heart. And I'm also going to bring in a dark green decorative brad a bit later as well. And that sorts that colour out because at the moment it still looks a little bit dark and quite overbearing, so just have to counterbalance it with some other pieces. So that's what I'm doing there. So I'm just carrying on adding some bits and pieces to my layout. I've added the 2 butterflies at the top with some hearts. I've added the strip at the bottom, which is a scallop strip, I think in the ephemera pack, and the foam sticker that says "Let's Get Lost." I am adding in my hearts now as well. I tried to draw a line around the outside edge, but it didn't really show up, especially as I was using a grey pen instead of a black one, because my black pen had gone missing. I suspect eldest child. Adding the hearts at the top there as well. So I've got a brown one and a dusky pink one up there too, just to give it a little bit more interest. And I'll make a bit more out of that cluster. And now I'm going to come in with one of my favourite products, which is the decorative brads. So they come with the brads, but also which are sticky, by the way. You don't have to pierce holes in the layout. And they also come with some little chipboard pieces as well, which I always think are really cute. So I've added in one of those, the camera, over on the left-hand side cluster, and I'm adding in the decorative brads as well. So I've added the dark green one that says Explore to the big cluster, and I've added some other little ones around the layout as well. And yeah, I'm nearly done. I just roughed up the edges of my layout a bit more there to make that stand out and have a bit more dimension. Coming in with some stickers from the cardstock stickers. I always enjoy using the phrase stickers. They always have great phrases on those. So they've for these ones I've chosen Get Out and Explore, The World Is Yours, 100%, Beautiful and Great Escape. So they all work well for hiking photos. So yes, great. So yeah, just adding in some hearts down the bottom there as well. And that is the layout pretty much done. I just need to add some black splatters of paint. So I'm nearly out of black paint. I need to buy a new one. Note to self. Buy one quickly from Amazon. Just added those splatters around the edges there, around the big clusters, and that is my layout complete. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing that come together. I really enjoyed working with the Simple Vintage Woodlands collection. It's so ideal for these types of photos, camping, that sort of thing. Okay, so thank you so very much for joining me today. That was Nikki Rowland for Simple Stories using the Simple Vintage Woodlands collection.